Week 5 of Athletes Unlimited is the time for hardware. 6 matches to determine the champion. Favorite Betania de la Cruz holds the #1 spot. Rookie sensation Danny Drews has climbed the ladder before. Setter Natalia Valentin-Anderson could captain herself to the top. The chase for volleyball immortality has entered the end of days. Every dig, ace, block, every point will decide their fate. The final 3 nights of Athletes Unlimited Volleyball begins right here, right now on CBS Sports Network. 3 matches to go, 6 hours of work. How much do you have left? How far will you push? Team Valentin-Anderson and Team Drews answer those questions next inside Fair Park Coliseum. We are back in Dallas, and let's look at our top 5 as we set the table for this championship chase. Betania de la Cruz, on the strength of the strongest week of the year, opened up a 500-point advantage, and she carries that into a Thursday evening. Welcome inside, everybody. Kevin Barnett alongside former pro Heather Cox once again. And Heather, here we are, first match of 6, but with huge implications in the overall chase.
Absolutely, Kevin. I think that this is a must-win match for the 2 captains playing tonight. Danny Drews and Natalia Valentin-Anderson really must win if they want to catch Betty de la Cruz. It's so important, obviously, to have a great individual match and get those points, but they will not be able to chase and catch Betty without those team win points on the leaderboard.
Team success and individual stats have powered their rise to the top, Danny Drews.
And these 2 captains tonight are opposite extremes. We've got the rookie and the veteran. Danny has been so impressive with her leadership. She goes up against the veteran, the one with international experience, 2016 Olympian for Puerto Rico, and Natalia Valentin-Anderson is just a natural floor leader.
Teammates a couple of weeks ago, they face off. First serve coming your way, first of 6 before we give out individual titles.
Athletes Unlimited Volleyball on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Guaranteed Rate and by Dick's Sporting Goods.
Tonight's match is presented by Guaranteed Rate. We are back in Dallas, Texas, our home for the 2nd season. We will hand out another individual title on Saturday night, but not before we get through a whole bunch of volleyball coming up here. Team Drews, Team Valentin-Anderson have taken the floor, and we're ready to go. Natalia Valentin-Anderson of Puerto Rico will lead her team to the floor. On the outside, Stalzer again alongside the lines.
And keep your eye on Erica Wilson at opposite, making her first start, but also look for some interesting subs. Taylor Morgan and possibly Val Nickel in at opposite if needed.
Yeah, a lot of options there. And on the other side for Team Drews, Erin Fares has been a key player, and Rice Santos starts at setter.
Yeah, very fun to see Rice Santos getting her first start, and a great 1-2 punch on the outside with Danny Drews and Erin Fares.
Even here in week 5, lots of new faces getting opportunities to make impactful performances. Who will step up? Who will add to their side all year long? Erin Fares, number 7, has added to her side in a way unlike the year before. She's had a tremendous 2022. We're underway, and that is the aforementioned Stalzer on the outside. She misses high over the block, and that gives us a chance to meet the 3rd member of our team, Olympian Key Michael. Hi, Key.
Hi, guys. I'm here down. I'm not really on the sidelines, but I'm pretty close. And my goal is to get the viewers as close to the action as possible. And I'm going to give you a player to watch. Eri Jouet. This is her first professional season outside of China. She's the 4th highest in kills in the league, and she's played with Nutsara 3 out of the 4 weeks. This is her first time with Nati, but she loves that fast set with Nutsara. She was really successful with it. I'm just curious to see how it goes for her.
Excellent call out for Eri, on point with that connection between Valentin-Anderson and the former Long Beach State star middle blocker. Back to serve the captain, 3 hitters to the front row. That one outside to Drews, where she's comfortable, and a unicorn.
Exactly, a unicorn being a left-handed player on the left side of the court. Typically, lefties play on the right side so that when they're in the air swinging to the ball, they're opening their body to the court. Danny Drews excels on the outside despite the fact that she opens up and turns her back to the court when she swings to hit.
Molly McCage with the difficult serve, and that one hit both players. The cage now with the defense. Somebody will have to attack this or nobody. Overhead, sharp angle from Stalzer on the right.
Lindsay Stalzer, the first pick for Team Valentin-Anderson, and you can see why. She's extremely athletic. She's a leaper. She's very springy, and she's just the consummate professional. She brings it every day to the practice court and the match court.
Stalzer has been a serving target, second in receptions for the season, 257 attempts. Erin Fairs is the only one who's had more, and she gets served by Stalzer there. Play by Valentin-Anderson is into the net. Smooth side out for Team Drews.
Yeah, some obvious serving targets in this match. Danny Drews, Erin Fairs, and Lindsay Stalzer will get the majority of the serves if the teams are serving to the areas that they're trying to.
Rai Santos went to Arkansas, originally out of Ponce, Puerto Rico. Right side, Wilson, and saw Erica Wilson just before, very excited to get an opportunity this late in the season, and really all the way through last season carried to this one.
Absolutely, and she's making the most of the minutes. Unfortunately, some injured opposite players opens up a spot for Erica Wilson to really shine and try to get some late season leaderboard points.
End of season bonus money on the line for everyone involved here, not just the champion. Fairs fights that one off, and outside will be Fricano, who the last 2 weeks has been a starter. Overhead Wilson again, missed that one. It has been hard to kill the ball inside Fair Park. Your cardio better be on point, or you're not ready for Athletes Unlimited.
Yeah, buckle in for some long rallies, folks.
Maddie Valines with the kill, formerly out of Kansas, Rigdon at the time. And Maddie Valines has been alongside Lindsay Stalzer. This is now the third time that pairing has appeared on a team.
Yeah, and there's a reason that they keep getting drafted to the same team. They are an amazing 1-2 punch. That means you always have somebody athletic and explosive in the front row with the two of them.
Fairs, good footwork to back up. That tip just getting under it was Valentin-Anderson. And then Sebelden with the block. So early points from number 30, Leona Sebelden, who has come on late in the season.
And give a lot of credit to setter Natalia Valentin-Anderson. She's a setter, but she is one of the best defensive players in the league. Look at her just take over and say, no way, Erica, I got this. I'm going to keep the ball alive for this team.
Valines and Stalzer passing next to one another. And that ball will be missed. Mentioned they played together. It was week 2 on Team Valentin-Anderson, the previous incarnation of this group. They went 2-1, bodes well for the future. In week 3, they went 1-2 as a part of Team Low. Sebelden slowed. Outside, Fairs will try and push it, and she gets the redirect off Sambothi.
In transition, Erin Fairs getting the majority of the looks early on here and does a nice job seeing the hands coming off the net and using them.
Leona Sebelden played her college ball at Washington. Backslide for Kano, no.
Oh, she thought she got a touch.
Sambothi looking for the touch.
Yeah, Natalie Valentin-Anderson, the captain, who's the one that can call for a challenge, immediately put her hands up in that C, saying, no, I want a challenge. There was an absolute touch.
Yeah, and our referees checking with the linesman first before confirming the challenge. That's Jung Park, our R1. Lena Gustafson is our R2. As we look here.
Oh, right there you see the pinky, the left pinky of Erin Fairs definitely moves, which means that Taylor Sambothi got a piece of it, so points to Team Valentin-Anderson for sure.
Erin Fairs is telling Deidre Collins-Parker, the facilitator on the orange side, that we better be prepared to side out next.
Yeah, we're in serve receive, be ready. Another look, you can see the left hand of Fairs move as it contacts the ball. Watch the pinky and the ring finger. You see that movement, absolutely a touch.
2 challenges per team, per set. You cannot take them with you. You cannot carry them forward. You can't sell them. You can't collect them. They are not NFTs of any kind.
As much as you wish they were.
Yeah, you're going to have to use them in that particular set. So that is a successful challenge for Team Valentin-Anderson.
So now Erin Fair's back in serve receive in that left back position. Definitely a target for Valines on the service line.
Yeah, 313 receptions is number 1. Fairs has had a good season. She's hitting 195 with 92 kills. Wilson with the dig. Stalzer, who has been an important transition player the last couple weeks for her teams.
Yeah, talking to Lori Corbelli, their team facilitator, about Stalzer, she just couldn't say enough wonderful things about the type of teammate she is, her communication skills, how easy she is to coach, and she's going to take a lot of sets tonight. She definitely is going to be relied on.
Taylor Fricano is also going to be relied on. That one banged through the block by Stalzer.
Yeah, definitely a frustration kill. How about that? Not at all happy with the play prior, and you've got to give a lot of credit to Valentin-Anderson for knowing her players and knowing Lindsay's going to want another one. She's going to want redemption. Perfect arm swing, great timing, and just crushes that. Nice little 10-foot kill.
Yeah, just above the stratosphere is the Stalzer, and that is where Lindsay Stalzer operates. Molly McCage with the kill off a beautiful connection.
First time we've gotten a really good look at Molly McCage and what she's capable of in the front row. First time this match, of course. She's been dominating all season long.
Talked to Molly before the match. She's trying to figure out her life once again. AU's kind of causing her problems. She's having another terrific season, averaging .87 blocks per set.
So the phone's ringing, huh?
Yeah, and she's trying to figure out what she's going to do. Fairs figures out that dig. Fricano, nice dig there. So a couple of nice defensive plays, but no terminal offensive swings for the women in orange. Good opportunity here for Valentin-Anderson. Stalzer again. Aggressive out of the back row, but a little long from Fairs. Second longest rally of the night.
Now serving the captain, number 27,
Natalia Valentin-Anderson. She is in control of her teams. I mean, not an uncommon position for setters, so probably more ready for this system than any others.
Absolutely, but tricky as a setter because you're setting so many different players and having to learn the chemistry and sort of the likes and idiosyncrasies of each player. But you're right, she is just a natural leader, has had that experience on the Puerto Rican national team as the team captain, and you know, it's just flourished in the system.
Yeah, a system where the player, the captain, is in charge of everything that happens during the week, from the scheduling of practice, the team meals, to pre-match preparation. Sabelden reached over there. Now we'll have to have a call. Either it's over or it's back row, in this case 4.
And Kevin, you're talking about the team captains and the responsibilities, and we're actually seeing really polar opposites in the way the captains have handled it. Valentin-Anderson is that consummate pro. Lori Corbelli said she comes and she's got the practice strategy, the lineups, the scouting report, everything done. Danny Drews, I think, has been very smart as a rookie to take a different approach, more of a team approach, asking her players for feedback, for input, and really relying on her facilitator, in this case, Deidre Collins-Parker, to really help so that Danny Drews doesn't have all of that pressure on her.
Little run here for Team Drews. Molly McCage at the line. That one wide right. Molly McCage taking a break from her job as Director of Ops for the Pepperdine men's volleyball team. Her hubby, Scott Kevorkian, has stepped into that role, we understand. So they're covered. We thought before that they were missing bus rides and plane rides and matches, but
teamwork makes the dream work.
Yep. Stalzer off the block, out of bounds. Excellent eye from Wilson.
Yeah, great communication by the team, telling Wilson not to touch that ball.
Talked about the back and forth with the lines on the left there and our server, Lindsay Stalzer, but also Stalzer, this is the third time she's played next to Amanda Benson, the libero. A lot of repeat communication happening on the blue side in terms of their service reception. Sabelden with the kill there. And Rai Santos, a lot of middle.
I'm sorry, I missed you, Kev.
Rai Santos has set a lot of middle to start this match.
Absolutely, and I love that strategy. If you have good ball handling and good ball control and you can run that middle, it makes it so much easier for your outsides to perform because it holds the middle blocker on the other side of the court.
The line's inside. Hannah Lishman with the dig. Comes back the other way. Valaine's a second attempt. Sebelden with authority. Is she in the net? Looked like Aerie was in the net on that side. Dangerous play.
Yeah, absolutely. And they both checked on each other to make sure they were okay. That's a neutral zone right there on that center line. Danny Drews thinks that she can go over on 2 and be a little bit sneaky, but instead they keep the ball up. And yeah, both of them a little bit into the net, but once the ball is down, making sure that all is good. Seeing way too many ankles and knees on those center court violations.
Yeah, certainly a dangerous play you don't want to see. Glad that we're getting an extended look here at Rai Santos in her first action as the starter. Husband Jesse Colon was in stadium early on, Puerto Rican national team player. It's a volleyball family. Back line, no, just missed.
Boy, 3 service errors already for Team Drews. That is not the way you want to start championship week.
Now serving for Team Valentin-Anderson, number 58, Sure.
One service error deserves another.
All right. Keep your eye right here on Sambothy. Watch her run a slide behind the setter here. Lots of movement if they get a good pass. Unfortunately, they don't get the pass that they want to run the offense.
That ball rattling through. Nice play by Santos. Keep it alive. Fairs left side. Looking for hands, didn't get them.
And Fair's definitely not off to the start that she would like so far offensively. Already 2 hitting errors. You really need, especially when you're playing outside, you've just got to be consistent because so often the outsides get what you like to call the trash. The ball, and there's nobody else to set, you just toss it high and outside and hope your outsides can take care of business.
Front row of Fairs, Fricano, and Sebelden. Bad pass, terminated by Sambothy with fire.
Maybe my favorite play in all of volleyball. There is nothing better than getting the overpass.
A look at our Geico leaderboard. That is live updating as we play.
Great heads-up play this time by Sambothy. Ready for that.
That one skipped through the tape. Another overpass, Sambothy.
And give a lot of credit to Erica Wilson for creating these overpass opportunities because she is serving tough. With that tough serve causing a lot of passing trouble.
And Erica Wilson for coming in after waiting so long and playing with confidence and taking big, hard cuts, not only from the service line, but every time she's getting set.
Absolutely, and she knows that this team has a backup plan if she doesn't perform. Taylor Morgan has played some opposite, and backup setter Val Nickel played a year of opposite when she played in college at Purdue. So she knows that there's other options to come in here, and she wants to stay on this court, and she's proven it tonight.
Taylor Morgan to me is the most interesting option, has some really nice numbers, but has not had much playing time in the last 2 weeks.
And when she has played, it's been a little bit as a specialist at that opposite position.
Yeah, it's a tough matchup here because Sebelden misses that, but both Liana Sebelden and Molly McCage are offensive weapons for Team Drews, piling up some numbers this year.
Absolutely, I think Team Drews is stacked. You know, they're basically, their starting lineup from top to bottom, I think, is perhaps the deepest. All these missed serves certainly not helping their cause, though.
Fricano roll shot. Charging was Valentin-Anderson. Fairs inside, misses again. I was wondering, with Aaron Fairs, I had, the team Fairs as well as Fairs plays. Right now, a little hot and cold.
And I like this timeout. Smart. Figure out your serve receive, figure out your options offensively.
Yeah, it comes to the technical timeout. We've hit 16-14, game 1. Middle's not always a showcase, but in this one, hugely important.
Well, so big tonight. Already 3 kills on 4 attempts. And one of the best defensive middle blockers we have in this league. And front row doing a great job blocking. Here she is on the 1 attack, catching the blockers off guard. 1.9 kills per game, hitting 242 based on this quickness, and already a lightning start for Sambothy. Like I mentioned, 3 kills tonight and 3 block assists.
Crushing those overpasses, courtesy of Erica Wilson, as we have hit 16 to 14. Look back at our draft highlights here. Heather, what'd you see?
Well, let's start with Leah Edmond, the first overall selection for the third time this season. And what about Fallon Fonoimoana, the highest draft selection of the year at number 8, up 16 spots. Ray Santos, the biggest jump up the draft board, number 14, was 31 in week 4. And I love the story of Noma Velez Augusto, selected by captain Betty De La Cruz for the 4th week in a row. They're together for the 8th time in the last 10 weeks, dating back to last season. They love playing together, and it shows.
We will have that second match coming up for you. Thank you to our official partner, Geico, for their support of this match and the next in the league as a whole. That second match will be Team Lickman. It's Cassidy Lickman, captain for the first time against Team De La Cruz. Drews out of the back row is sent straight down.
Boy, Sanbothi just bringing it offensively and defensively. And what about the fire that she brings to the court as well? I mean, she just loves the game, is passionate about it, and it shows out there.
What about it? There is much of it. Bears, good matchup. Nice touch that time. Sanbothi looking for open court. Lishman is there. Inside slide move there from Stalzer. Benson left hand, and flying in is Valentin-Anderson. Where do you go? McCage again. Covered. I think there was a net violation there.
It's flopping around, that's for sure.
Yeah, I think that was Sanbothi into it. Play on. Furcano blocked. Tight for Fairs. Hands and out. Good job by number 7.
That is a coach's favorite play in all of volleyball. The reason why, if you go high hands and you get the touch, it's unplayable because it's going so deep into the court.
Fairs hitting up at that ball off the hands. And now taking a breather. Yeah, time to catch up.
My second favorite thing to do is when you see a player hitting up on trying to go for hands, is to just drop your hands. And then you get a wall ball.
Everyone trying to catch their breath. You're in the middle with Team Drews. Backslide Sanbothi. That one blocked right back on top of her. McCage. And you have been McCaged. That sounds like a weirdo partnership between St. Quentin and McDonald's, but it's not.
Watch the lateral movement. Number 5, Orange. McCage does a great job getting up there, and actually looks like Fairs may have gotten the most of that.
Yeah, I think that was Fairs.
The law firm of Fairs and McCage getting it done.
What do they specialize in? There's Molly McCage. Blocking excellence. She has 20 blocks in the season. That'll be number 21 for her. And she's in a dead heat with Ali Bastianelli for the league lead in terms of blocks per set. Down at Key Michael.
Hi everyone, I'm here with Scott. This is Taylor Brunn's dad.
Yes.
And I just love finding family in the crowd because I get to ask you things like, what's something we don't know about Taylor?
Taylor is, despite her mild-mannered appearance, is super competitive, especially when she plays games, right? And,
She does. I remember her playing a lot of Catan last year.
Yep, Catan, so that's a big family game. Euchre, card game, big into that. So, yep, super competitive. Yep.
And you told me something about a dishwasher story. I feel like the crowd needs to know this one.
Well, I think this came out last year. We were kind of, you or others were kind of making fun of her for being.
I would never make fun of anyone.
When she was younger, wasn't real coordinated.
Neither was
So I come home from work one day, our dishwasher door is laying open. I'm like, Jeanette, what's going on? Oh, Taylor fell on the dishwasher door today and broke it. I'm like, oh, great. So I'm glad that she's recovered from that.
I feel like she's one of the most coordinated people that I know now, and you have to be as a setter, so we won't hold the dishwasher story against you. But it must be so cool having her back in the U.S. because normally she lives in Sweden, right?
She does, yeah. She and Anton. So it's great having her back here for this. We get to spend a little time with her. She's going to actually come home with us back to Illinois after this for a couple weeks, so that'll be fantastic.
And I'm so glad that she came back for season 2 of Athletes Unlimited.
us
And
too.
after the first season, she got a pretty big opportunity.
Oh, playing for Karch on Team USA at the Pan American Cup in Santo Domingo was just unbelievable. She and the other Athletes Unlimited athletes who did that. Lindsay Stalzer, Ali Bastianelli, Hannah. And just what an experience that was for all of them. For us, you know, we actually got to hang out with the team there. Yeah,
went too.
yeah.
That was so cool. I feel like
How often is our daughter going to play for Team USA, right?
I mean, once in a lifetime. For some of us, never in a lifetime, but good for her. And I love that you're here as well. I love that it's the last weekend and we're getting big crowds and family. And
fantastic crowd, yeah, love it.
Thanks so much for supporting.
You are awesome. Thank you.
You heard it here.
Key's not going to play for Team USA. She kind of threw that in there. But yeah, she played for Team GB
exactly.
in 2012.
This is an Olympian saying, oh, not many of us can. Well, she did. She just has the citizenship to do it for Team GB.
Team Drews got the kill there off the block and out of bounds from the captain. And it is now 19-17. A 5-0 run from Team Drews to seize control of this first set. When we're back, we'll hear from Aaron Fairs. You know more about number 7. Just a moment.
Favorite cheat day meal? Ooh, cheat day meal? My favorite cheat day.
Oh God. Where did you find those pictures? That's me. I don't even know what age that was, but track was the first sport that I ever got into, and I was pretty legit at it also, I would say, especially when I was younger. I would every day be out there running, every weekend, like literally from sunup to sundown. So that was the first real like team environment that I just fell in love with.
Not unusual to have that crossover, track and volleyball. Look at where Aaron Fairs has gone this year. She has sprinted to the top of the leaderboard.
Absolutely. I mean, this is a 100-yard dash. Look at that, from 39 to 8 right now this season. And look at those offensive numbers, 2.8 kills per set, below 1 a year ago. I mean, drastic, and defensively too. I mean, every area, just so much improvement.
Yeah, she's been a high draft pick as Tara LeBrun's taking her checks in. 2 setters on the floor. She will call it off here and deliver it to Fairs, who immediately gets the kill. Transition 6-0 run now, 20-17 continues for Team Drews.
And I love the substitution with Team Drews, bringing in Taylor Bruns. She's a great server and also a wonderful second setter option. 9 new players for Danny Drews on this team. The only repeat from last week is Deja McClendon. That is off the gold side, Team Drews. Backslide, McCage. That blast goes to the corner. Bad bounce for McCage. Good block for Valentin-Anderson, and the run ends. A couple areas for Taylor Sambothi to look to serve. We've got here the deep corner and the short. So we're looking at area 5 and area 2. She goes for area 5 and Fairs.
Set over, just misses. And Team Valentin-Anderson back within 1. We will see the gold jerseys tonight, but Tanya De La Cruz wears them this week. They have not been kind to anyone in them as of late. Gold in the last 3 weeks, 1 and 8.
Well, and talk about new teammates. Betty De La Cruz as well with 8 new teammates. Veronica Stone and Velez Augusto, the only 2 that remain from her team from a week ago.
Stalzer in transition, and we're tied. There's the Lindsay of the last few weeks.
I love everything about this arm swing, this approach. It's just textbook, open and close. It's kind of like that bow and arrow. You create that torque, get that power out of your core.
Looking like a young Heather Cox.
Oh, I wish. For me, not for her.
McCage with the kill. You always wonder when you change a setter how the offense might change. You need passing, but not every setter, even with passing, makes the middles as much of a weapon as Rice Santos has.
Yeah, Santos is just showing that she is a natural veteran. I mean, she's got a ton of international experience, comfortable setting the middle. And you're right, with this format, I mean, they've only had a few days of practice. It's not like they've played all season together to get that timing down.
Molly's kind of a big window hitter, though, it seems to me.
Yeah, and has that big reach and does a great job adjusting in the air.
Drews. Good spot from Valines. That's the scouting report spot. Stalzer stopped this time. Santos and McCage. It's a thunderstick kind of week.
Great job by Santos, just getting up, penetrating over, and lining up on the hitter's shoulder. And setters love to get a block. I mean, anytime your setter can get a block, you are cruising.
McCage has it pushed just underneath her hands.
Now serving the captain, number 27, Natalia.
The setter goes into the back row, so you see Stalzer there calling with that 2. That's her blocking signal, telling her back row defenders that she's going to take away angle.
Oh, there's angle on the other side, though. That was Wilson versus Drews. Sharp and sharper from number 45, the former Utah star.
Now serving number 5, Molly.
Surprisingly, just the second kill from the team captain, 13 swings. They're balancing out a little bit more, 13 swings for Ferris as well.
Is that a good sign?
It can be, but her efficiency isn't great. I
Okay.
think it's great. It's a good sign if she's hitting high efficiency and not having to take as many swings. But if she's having to take a lot of swings and isn't getting that efficiency, that does not bode well for Team Drews.
Well, what does bode well is they're up 24-21 and at a set point looking for those all-important 40-team points. This is what you need. You're going to keep up with Betania de la Cruz. McCage drives it deep. Perfect pass. That ball's into the net, no touch. And the first set is over. A 5-1 run from 20 all has Team Drews adding 40 points to their side for every player for that team victory. Molly McCage, a weapon behind the setting of Rise Santos. And Team Drews is up 25-21.
This is the exact lineup we wanted. This is exactly what we wanted. Yes.
Yeah. We need to go low. We are going here, they are pressing here. Just go low. Oh, wow! I didn't see it coming. Did she even see it coming?
Hey, first priority will be her on the bake, okay? Bye. Yeah, go Erica. Yes, Erica! That's it! Woo! Yes! If you tell me, I can go help her. My fault. If you can't get back in. I really thought she was gonna get inside. That's my fault. Oh, okay. Okay.
Lindsay! Oh my God, Lindsay's dead! Erin, give her time. Give her really high, really high. Remember, I love you.
I love you.
When you go to hit, remember
Okay.
our love.
Same to you.
Okay.
Set's not getting to the line, and I think we're still blocking line on that.
Yeah, let's not lose a set until Shayla retires. Yeah.
We're into the action with Guaranteed Rate in the best of week 4. We are at the start of week 5. Kevin Barnett alongside Heather Cox and Key Michael on the sideline. And you, the fan, it's time to start earning points for watching tonight's broadcast. Take out your phone and enter the code on the screen into your Athletes Unlimited app. If you don't have the app, go get it. Apple app or Google Play Store. Start earning points to unlock exclusive rewards and stay in the know about Athletes Unlimited all year long, not just across the volley universe, but all the sports within the Athletes Unlimited brand. Look at our Geico leaderboard high above Fair Park. We'll flash it up for you on the left there. Betania de la Cruz in action later tonight. Danny Drews trying to cut into what was a 500-point advantage coming into the weekend. Heather Cox, we were talking about distribution at the end of that first set. You've dug into the numbers a little bit. What'd you find?
Well, I think the key for that Team Drews win was the fact that they had balance. Danny Drews with 14 swings, Erin Ferris with 13 swings. On the other side of the net, Team Valentin-Anderson needs more balance. Lindsay Stalzer took 20 swings in that first set. I mean, she deserves an ice bag on that shoulder after the first set alone. The next best, Taylor Sambothi with just 8 swings. So look for Valentin-Anderson to try to distribute the ball a little bit more. The key to that, of course, you've got to get good passing to set from pin to pin.
Molly McCage was a big factor in that first set. She starts the second with the first point for the women in orange.
And Molly McCage, one of the best swing hitters in this league. So good off of one leg, goes right over the block this time. Molly with 4 kills, and that's something that Lori Corbelli and I talked about before the match. She said, we know Molly is going to have success on the slide. We just need to contain it as much as possible.
Blocked by Rai Santos again. She already has 1. Vercano is right there for the tip. Perfect. Drews terminates. Defense to offense.
And immediately turns to Rai Santos, her setter, and points her like, that is a perfect go set. Watch Rai gets the block and then does an amazing job setting Danny Drews with the go. That's the quick set to the left side pin, and Danny able to hit it right through the block.
But Cage stays the line. Been a good scoring rotation. Now look at that aggregate score there, 27-22. That is what you want to keep an eye on. If you're just joining us here for Championship Week, we do play on aggregate for the overall. The addition of all 3 set scores into that final. So you'll be looking at something like a 71-68, something like that at the end for 60 team points and the overall victory. Drews cracks that into the angle. Sebelden, a little overpass. Wilson trying to tool the block, picked up. Chisel for the winner.
Boy, all smiles for team captain Danny Drews. I think she's probably loving this team that she drafted this week. She was obviously and admittedly very frustrated with the way things went last week, and she got almost an entirely brand new team, and it's really helping her. This balance is helping her be much more effective when she gets a set. Instead of setting her every time in the front row and the back row and relying on her the entire time, Rai Santos doing a nice job balancing it out.
It is kind of wild. You can totally replace your team for the following week. It was an 0-3 week for Team Drews. Oh, that one kind of a dead right hand off Aaron Ferris. It was 3 losses in a row, 1 to Valentin-Anderson. It was 72-61. Then it was a 75-56 drubbing at the hands of Team Shayla, then 73-64 against Team De La Cruz. We will have a reprisal of that one on Saturday night. And what will be our final match as that ball is chipped off the block. Good reset. Vercano over the top at 6'4", swinging at a high point. Drews cuts it inside for the winner there, 29-23. And we have Molly McCage sitting in our little chair chat mid-match.
Sure.
Molly, why are you such a weapon here early on? You and Rai look to be in sync.
Rai is just a solid setter. I don't think we've seen enough of her. She is such a rhythm player. I think that bodes well for me as a slide hitter. She just flows. I love her.
And Molly, defensively, what is the key to you? What are you watching when you're watching the middles on the other side, Sanbothi and Sho? How do you need to stop them?
I think Nati kind of gives it away early because she has to get it fast to them. And so ours is just following Ari whenever she's in front, and then just knowing that they have 3 solid options whenever Taylor Sanbothi is in front.
When you say gives it away, what is the tell? Should she take her Oreo cookie and crack it open?
She like shows her back bend. Like she's like chin up, back bend, I'm setting a slide, so I know to go. And same with Liana. And then if it's a go or a 3, it's like right in front of her. Oh, I need to go in. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye, thank you. But great scouting. I mean, that is the tell.
Yeah.
Like the really good middle blockers can tell what the setter is doing by the placement of their hands and the position of their hands. And when you've played together this long, you kind of get those tells down.
The amount of information being processed by any one of the blockers in the front row is enormous in a very small window.
So now we can keep our eye on Natalia Valentin-Anderson and watch to see if she gets that back bend going. Then that means that she's setting the slide, the set behind the setter.
5-4, another tight start to the set. We were back and forth, neither team really to get out front for a long ways to 20 all. Then it was a 5-1 sprint from Team Drews that won it. There's a block, Sanbothi again. Middles matter.
And everything in rhythm here. Ferris with the perfect pass, the nice go set, but the block just too big by Taylor.
Nice dig by Benson. She's been a nice addition to the league this year. Block from McCage.
That's exactly what she was talking about. She was out to that pin as the ball was coming out of Valentin-Anderson's hand. She read that set and was in perfect position to get the step block. See 3 blockers. Molly will stay in the middle. Rai Santos will go to the right as the serve goes over, and you'll see Ferris switch to the left to get into their natural blocking positions.
Stalzer OT winner. That was a Predator 2 kind of a swing. There's no stopping what can't be stopped. There's no killing what can't be killed.
Now serving for Team Valentin-Anderson, number 41.
You can throw out some chicken bones, it won't matter.
You could go on, you could go all day. And you might.
Maybe. Molly McCage with another kill. Defense and offense from number 5, only complicating her own life right now. Good job, Molly.
Yeah, I'm getting so much attention to play internationally, professionally after this. And look at this, the ball is off the 10-foot line, and Rice still has the confidence to set a slide. I mean, you don't see that kind of combination and confidence very often.
Blue passing well. This time the set over goes. The dueling Puerto Rican setters.
Valentin-Anderson is front row in this rotation and looks like she's going to set the middle, and at the last second shoots her wrist over and catches everybody standing.
Now to the back row. Another long slide delivery. Stalzer. Perfect dig from Lishman, and it's put away off the block again, using the outside. Drews.
And I love this balance. I can't say it enough how important it is that they're not relying entirely on Danny Drews. The other thing, Kevin, that I think is helping Team Drews so much, she's not getting served as much as she was last week. Because Erin Ferris is also out there, Erin Ferris is taking the majority of the serves, which is allowing Danny Drews to really focus on her offense.
Is that a mistake by Team Valentin-Anderson?
I think so. I think you've got to, I mean, if you scouted last week, you saw how Danny Drews struggled because she got served so often and it just took her out of her offensive rhythm.
Exactly to your point. She was third in the weekend on reception. 78 times she received the ball. Only Stalzer and Edmond received more serves. And she was only 23rd in points, hit 146 on the weekend.
Yeah, and already tonight, the number's so much better. There they go, serving Drews this time. And that's smart because she's the front row player. So if I'm playing against Team Drews and I'm calling out the serving strategy, I'm going to serve the outside that's the front row player every single time. So I'm going to mix it back and forth between Drews and Ferris, make them pass and then get out to the antenna to hit.
Maybe an adjustment from Captain Valentin-Anderson or Lori Corbelli. If you wonder just how far off that number was for Danny Drews, you know, being 23rd in points, they get a hold of her there. She hit 270 in week 3.
And case in point, she just received the last 2 serves and made errors. Right here, she had to pass and then is a little bit late to the ball and gets blocked.
Harry Schitt gets a hold of it. 33-31. Valentin-Anderson 2-point lead here in the second. Sabelden on a rare back slide. Drews looking for the high hands, got him.
Love the communication too. I don't know if you could hear it at home, but her teammates were yelling high, telling her to hit high off the hands, get the touch, and make it so that ball isn't playable in the back row.
This should be a good point scoring rotation for Team Drews.
Big front row block for Kano, Sabelden, and Drews.
They got faked out that time, did Furcano. It didn't end up mattering. Bears, nice spot.
What a set by Santos.
Off the hands and gone from Valines.
Watch Rai Santos save this ball. First of all, a great dig by Ferris to keep the ball alive, but Santos is in the back row and has to just grab it with one hand and sets a dime with her fist. That's a lot of international experience in ball control there.
Sabelden with the kill. Now, Liana Sabelden runs a very different ball than McCage. Not only is it isn't a backslide, it's in front of the setter, but tempo.
absolutely. She played at the University of Washington, and that's what they did with their middles. They ran a slower, higher tempo, and she's carried that from the University of Washington here to Athletes Unlimited. And it's just a different look, makes it harder to defend because you've got two different tempos at the middle.
Santos again with the right hand, this time on the dig. Working hard is Sebelden. Roll shot off the tape, falls for Valines. So you wanted some balance. Maddie Valines picking up some increased opportunities here in the second. 12-10.
The more that Valines can get some swings, keep setting the middles, you're in good shape. Nice job getting that to roll right off the tape into the court.
Overpass. Oh, there's another moment for a setter. +8, Natalia.
Yeah, Natalia's definitely changed that strategy. They are going after Danny Drews so much more on serve receive here. Drews still second on that leaderboard, trying to catch Betty De La Cruz.
A left-handed kill from Sambothi. We are tied in the overall, 14-10, and it's timeout time for Team Drews. Biggest advantage we've seen in the middle of a set. We're tied.
Whatever you do, just come this way, not that way. Okay? Hey, she likes to hit to the left of me, so just be careful here. I'll call you off, okay? Watch Sambothi on the one. I got 44. I touched it, but I don't know what the intent at first. I don't know what it hit first, but I did touch it. Hey, help me on my deep, it seems, okay? Hey, don't worry about the hard hit.
You're right.
I'm coming in the seam. Watch all the tips and rows. Yep.
You were into the action with Guaranteed Rates and Aaron Fairs. Just remember, you must protect the nest.
At all times.
That's for her high school where she's now a teacher. Protect the nest, Aaron Fairs.
And I love getting that access, having them mic'd up, because you can hear that, you know, people that don't play volleyball don't really know what happens in between points when everybody huddles up. They think it's a whole lot of rah-rah, like, hey,
Hugging.
great job, you're great, a lot of high fives. But you hear how much strategy there is. Volleyball is so unusual in that it's such a stop-and-start sport that you have time in between every point to come together. So they take advantage of that and really talk strategy, how they're going to block, what they're going to, you know, what their offensive play is going to be.
Serving Drews per Heather Cox's recommendation. Team Valentin-Anderson having success. Fairs against a well-formed block. Nice dig by Stalzer. Valines is the terminator.
We talked about the fact that Lindsay Stalzer had 20 swings after the first set. Well, she's only had 4 here in the second set. So Valentin-Anderson doing a nice job getting Valines involved, getting Sambothi involved.
Serving Drews for the winner. And ace hits the board, first one of the match.
So what Team Drews did last week when Danny was getting picked on in serve receive, they switched her and had her start playing opposite so that she could step out of serve receive and only focus on hitting. You wonder if that's an option. But here's a great 3 pass by Danny.
And banged through by Fairs. A lot of work left to do though. 16-10 was that advantage to that side out.
Shows
and
you
looking
how
back
important.
at the very first ace here, Aspiration is planting 10 trees for every ace. We already had nearly 1,800 trees guaranteed to be going in the ground thanks to Aspiration's support before tonight.
See how much movement's on that ball. It's the International Mikasa ball. It's a little bit heavier and it floats a whole lot more and very difficult to pass.
A nice connection. Taylor Sambothi has been missing that. He's been apparently with AT&T up until this point.
Is that like a 5G thing? I'm still.
I was thinking more like the business daddy, but it's okay.
All right. Struggle's real over here.
Well, GT isn't a thing except here. That ball is off the ground and out of bounds. You gotta have those name things where you name a cereal or you name however many Muppets or something, and they have it on the big board in the stadium. Compete with the fans. Ace serve.
That was an ace.
You gotta challenge that one.
Yeah, challenge.
Challenge. Throw up the C,
That
Natalia.
was in.
Throw up the C. Oh, no. She got some bad advice there.
Wow.
I had that ball in.
Absolutely.
She checked with her bench, but her bench does not have a
Well,
good
they're
view.
so far away. Exactly. They need to check with us because we are right on the service line.
Yeah, I was thinking in the challenge game we could go on defunct phone companies. We could have fun with that one. Taylor Bruns-Tegenrud checks in. Here's a good opportunity to cut into the lead. Fares down the line. She does so. 13. Now remember, you may lose this second set. They trail by 5 even now, but they're just down 1 in that overall as we head back to the ceiling and give you the end zone view.
Somebody to keep your eye on right here. Front row, you've got Taylor Sandbothi. Or just get a point on a miss serve.
Yep, miss serve is it. And Key Michael has found more family in the stands.
I found the Honey Park crew. This is Taiba's son, daughter, husband. And you guys are here just for the weekend?
Yep. Yep, here hanging out.
You were here in market the entire time last year. When we were in COVID, we were in a bubble. What did we get up to? Do you remember?
Oh, not a whole lot.
Yeah, we didn't do a lot.
And well, you guys gonna play volleyball maybe one day?
Maybe.
I mean, your mom is a silver medalist in the Olympics, so big shoes to fill.
No pressure. No pressure.
Well, what's it like being here, watching your mom, watching all these athletes? Is it inspiring?
Yeah, it's really cool, especially because they're like a big stadium and like you get to see them play, and like, it's really cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
And I know that you met Famous Bear earlier, and you guys bonded over some video games. That's Betty's son.
Yeah.
You guys gonna be best friends?
Down serving number 27.
Well, who's your favorite player out there to watch?
I think I like Deja.
Deja?
Oh, nice.
Okay.
She's
What about you?
I have no idea.
You were saying you're partial to the players that have dogs, right?
Oh yeah, Jules has a dog. She has a cool dog.
Yeah, I like the doggies.
Well, there are a lot of doggies in market, and I'm so glad that you guys are here. You get to see this in person, and thanks so much for being on the broadcast.
Yeah, thanks for having us. This is awesome.
So the answer is Val Nickel with Reese or Molly McCage with Franklin. Yeah.
But do they know that Danny Drews has 3 dogs and 2 cats?
True.
2 of the Wislas are here hanging with them.
But
the puppies at home.
But the cats are evil.
The cats are, yeah, Danny's afraid of the cats.
Set over. Oh, that is a little read by the setter on the other setter, and it pays off. Erica Wilson. Quick response.
Very impressed with Erica Wilson. She's the only opposite that was drafted by Natalia Valentin-Anderson. They have other options. They have a middle blocker and a setter that they can use in that opposite position. But so far, so good for Erica Wilson.
Stalzer with a 6-point lead. Drews hard cross court. You got to look at the athleticism, range, capability, all of those skills that will carry Danny Drews to the USA gym after this.
Speaking of, last week she got a letter, Danny Drews got a letter from Team USA with a formal invitation to indeed go train with Coach Karai and the national team, and she was beside herself with emotion, as you would expect. You know, everybody thought it was a foregone conclusion, but it was really refreshing to see like just the raw, true emotion from Danny Drews to achieve such a monumental moment here in the Athletes Unlimited gym.
I love that Karchi's sending out letters. That's a very cool old school way to do it, as that ball is tooled off the block. Was Danny Drews by any chance driving a Jeep with the top down, reading the letter and tuck it behind the rearview mirror or the...
I have, not that I know of. Why, is that what you did?
No, that's Spiker, the movie. If you've ever seen Spiker, it is the worst volleyball film of all time.
I can't call myself a volleyball player
It's
if I have not seen Spiker.
The story of Catch Facelli, see Karch Karai.
Is it worse than the Top Gun volleyball
Yep.
scene?
Yep.
No, can't
Yep.
be. Did they wear jorts?
By a large margin. By a
I find
large
that hard to
margin.
believe. I'm going to have to look that up.
Well, no one had their right hand wrapped in gauze for no explicable reason.
But if they weren't playing in jorts, in jean shorts, then
Or just straight jeans, yeah. I may or may not have been to Tom Gunn in full costume for that one.
I love it.
Yeah.
Were you Goose?
I
were you Tom Cruise?
I went as Maverick, but they branded me Slider, which I thought was an upgrade. Back to serve, Danny Drews. Santos to the edges of the court, saved by Sebelden. Santos there again, scoops it on purpose. Full transition here. Stalls her out of the back row. Santos more defense. Give Santos that rally. All the points go to number 4.
Absolutely, and then some. I have been so impressed with everything that Rai Santos brings to the court. We have not seen her as a starting setter all season. We've seen her come in specialty roles, but boy, she can do it in every rotation. Her defense, her blocking, her leadership, her vision have been spectacular.
Block there. They're not done in this set. A little run for Team Drews. If you're Valentin-Anderson, do you call a timeout?
Absolutely.
And they do. Still with a lead of 3, but it is under threat here in the second. We have seen Drews rip off some points before. They did it to close out the first. Can they do it to come back in the second, or will we be tied at a set apiece?
We don't only represent ourselves as a player, but also our country, and the fact that there's so many of us here says a lot about our character and the way we play. And I mean, that opens doors for other generations in our country to have the opportunity that we're having right now.
Puerto Rico, just another place with very strong volleyball culture.
Absolutely, and they bring it here. And I mean, it's just such a treat. You can see all the players, 5 of them here in Athletes Unlimited out of 44 here from Puerto Rico, but 2 of them on the court tonight going up against each other, Natalia Valentin-Anderson and Rai Santos, and at the same position. So they're teammates on the Puerto Rican national team going against each other, and both of them just so gifted. You can tell that the talent is rich and deep in Puerto Rico.
A men's and women's professional league with a long and rich history. Attracting some international talent in various years, been in and out of existence, has played in different seasons. People love their experiences down in Puerto Rico as members of a professional club. Dig, popped up, kept alive, that might have been in, played up. Chipped down through the block that time, a little underside touch.
Boy, Valines has been a difference maker here in the second set. A couple things have changed. They've changed their serving strategy, and they found a whole lot more balance involving Madison Valines now. 6 kills on the outside for Valines.
Now, you were calling for those changes, Heather, and you got them both. It has netted out a possible win in the second for Valentin-Anderson. That ball is long, no touch called. We are at set point. Not only set point, but looking like they're going to lead headed into the third set in the overall. They're up 45-44 right now. Team Valentin-Anderson as a challenge is called. Can't take him with you, may as well use it.
And it's also a pseudo timeout. Just sort of stop the bleeding, stop the momentum, come up with a new strategy, talk about serve receive. Team Drews thinks that Aaron Farrer's hit was touched by the block. Watch to see if the fingers move or if the ball changes rotation at all. Does not look to me like there was a touch from this angle. It would be Sambothi's right hand, like that middle finger of a right hand. But I don't see any wiggle on the fingers, and I don't see any change of rotation on the ball.
For those of you following along, Heather Cox is atop the Geico announcers leaderboard.
Well, thank you. And you are in second place on the Papa Shot leaderboard.
It's a true story. We've had some fun here in Market inside Dallas, Texas this year, getting out. Much different season than last year. Glad you're back with us here for the second season from Fair Park Coliseum. I'm Kevin Barnett alongside former pro Heather Cox and Olympian Key Michael, who has been wandering the sidelines. Hope you've enjoyed her interactions with fans here inside Fair Park.
I don't think I see a touch. I think Taylor's hand didn't get there in time to touch it.
Yeah, 2 challenges per team per set. You can't take them with you, so may as well use them. No touch called. We are at set point. Wilson with the serve. Driving deep corner, nearly had it. Smart shot into the deep corner again. This block is down. Valentin-Anderson with all of it, and the second set is over.
What a way to end the set. I love the reaction from Valentin-Anderson, and what a turnaround, Kevin.
25-19, they finish it off, 40 team points, and the lead headed to the third. They are +2, 46-44.
Athletes Unlimited Volleyball on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Guaranteed Rate and by Dick's Sporting Goods.
Tonight's match is presented by Guaranteed Rates. We enter the third set of match number 1 of 6 on the weekend. Team Drews was in control 25-21. They have lost control in the second to Team Valentin-Anderson, who rallies and now leads 46-44 in the overall. Highlights through 2. Heather Cox, take us through.
Well, it's been a nice middle blocker matchup, starting with Team Drews and Liana Sebelden, who has done a great job with her vision. This time going behind the setter, sees the open court right behind the block, gets the open court kill with the tip. She also does a great job in this next play in transition. First, she gets the block touch and then covers herself and helps Danny Drews, and then the overpass for the kill. 4 kills for Sebelden, hitting 360, and then 9 combined kills out of the middle to help with the balance. On the other side, Taylor Sambothi for Team Valentin-Anderson started with the overpass, got so much energy, so much confidence in that first set with getting overpass kills, hitting 280, very efficient off of gifts like this from bad serve receive off of Team Drews. She's also done a nice job off of one leg behind the setter. Here she is patrolling the middle of the court defensively. Does a great job reaching down, covering seam to stop Aaron Ferris on the attack. And as you look at the stats through 2 sets, things definitely balancing out. It helps that both teams have started to spread it more. I like what Valentin-Anderson did by serving Danny Drews. The biggest difference, I think, Team Drews has had a lot more service errors, which you don't see here, and they've struggled on serve receive, I think, on just especially when they've been serving Danny Drews.
Taking away some weapons, and you were looking at distribution in that first set, some market changes in the second.
Absolutely. Lindsay Stalzer with 20 swings in that first set, definitely got more distribution, just 8 swings in that second set. That is the key to victory, in my opinion, for Team Valentin-Anderson.
Drews trying to work through the block, reach back, pop up by the captain. No swing to be had. Pretty quiet night so far for Fricano. Redirect overpass, Fricano with the pass. She'll get it back. And you'd like a little noise from Taylor Fricano in her second starting weekend. Hit 277 on the season, and that is basically just last weekend. She has 5 blocks. Maybe she has the answer at the opposite spot.
And not just her second kill on the night. They haven't gone to her very much. They honestly haven't needed to, but I'd like to see them establish her a little bit more on the right side. The reason they haven't needed her is because Rai Santos is doing such a great job setting the middle on Molly McCage and Sebelden.
That ball pushed through, nice pop up by Sebelden. And Drews one-on-one, advantage 45.
Absolutely. So quick to the ball, so explosive in the air. This low, quick go set just basically beats the block to the ball. Should the only blocker up.
We are tied at 46. That is the overall. You want to watch that here in the third. We have 100 points left on the team side of things to be awarded for the overall as well as the set victory. Outside. Lishman, another dig. And that tip was pretty short.
Now, when I talk about the key for Valentin-Anderson is not setting Stalzer so much. It's not because she's not amazing. Stalzer is an absolutely incredible player, but if you have to rely on one hitter for the entire match, that doesn't mean that you are as offensively deep as you want to be. So certainly she is making the most of her swings, but she'd be better off if her other teammates are pitching in too.
Furcano dug up. So they've gone to Furcano twice early. She tries to pull that one out of her pocket and does so. Quick middle, Lishman another play. Off the heel of the hand. I don't know, let me adjust my glasses. Is that Nick Lucena out there?
That's a good call. That was a Nick Lucena play, absolutely. Great beach player and tricky as all get out.
Olympic gold medalist.
Never tell where that hand was going with Lucena.
Check that. Sorry, Todd Rogers, trying to take your gold medal and give it to Nick Lucena, my bad. There's a kill. Liana Sibelden.
Watch with the net cam, Sibelden coming right at you, that one attack. And again, Rice Santos pulled off the net and forcing the middle. Just when they think they have to go high outside, Santos throws it into the middle. I love it.
Inside the block, dug up by Fairs. Right side, Stalzer. Boy, everything was pretty about that swing except where it landed. Team Drews 4-2. A look at the camera that's giving you the view. We took a long time getting the shielding right on that thing. Leah Edmond
taking some hits.
Leah Edmond is 2-0 against that camera. Erica Wilson with the kill and Key with her camera.
Hi guys, I'm here with Norman. This is Natsy's brother, and actually the whole family is here, the parents, husband, but we'll stick to one person at a time. Tell me about Natsy as a kid.
She's like very competitive in all, in sports, school, and everything, you know. She's like, she has to win in all, you know, like everything with us, with my brother and I, they're like, she has to win.
She has to win, so it's her and two brothers, so she's always competitive against you guys.
Always competitive, yeah, because we play like together, my dad, my little brother and her, you know, and we play basketball, play volleyball together, you know, all that stuff.
And you're still a volleyball coach?
Yeah, I'm still a volleyball coach.
So do you guys geek out on volleyball together? Are you watching here? Are you critiquing her moves?
Yeah, we watching together. She practiced with me a couple of times too back in my high school, and like talk to her, you know, like do this, don't do this, like, you know, sometimes, but you know, she got a lot of experience, like more experience than me.
So when she gets a stuff block, like at the end of the last set, what do you tell her? There's nothing you can say.
No, it's nothing. It's like, you're 5'6". If you got a block, that's amazing. You have to like be fire up like you do, you know, all the time.
And she's always fired up. She's one of my favorite players to watch. Does she get that fiery personality from you, from her parents?
No, I think that's her, you know, that's her personality all times. Like, she's like all fire up, like she wanna be like all the team together, you know, and everybody like being that atmosphere too, you know, playing volleyball like that, you know.
And when she was drafting her teams, do you have any idea what she was looking for in her players? Do you think she wanted a team cohesion? Did she want big hitters? What do you?
Couple of times, like I matched the like, you know, like the draft, yeah, but I think she's looking like for hitters, like good pass. I think it's like, you know, it's a setter, you know, it's more easy to get the game, move the ball, use a lot of the middles, you know, she likes to use the middles too, so.
Well, thank you so much for being on the broadcast. It's so cool to meet friends and family.
Thank you.
And go Team Blue.
Thank you. Go Team Blue, yeah. Wales, yeah.
Are they the Whales?
Yeah, I know she's
Go Wales.
Whale.
Is that the official move too? You have to make that move?
It's kind of looked like a Jimmy Buffett concert, a little fins.
And they're going to call a double on that one. 8-4, Team Drews right back in the lead, 52-50. Remember, we have 100 points to give out here, and that will be huge in the championship chase against Betania de la Cruz, who will play in our second match. It'll be Team de la Cruz versus Team Lichtman immediately following this match. So don't go anywhere. We know you're going to be up late on a Thursday. It's all right.
And just coming into the night, just about 500 points separating Betty de la Cruz and Danny Drews on the leaderboard. Sambothy one-on-one against McCage, just going right up and over.
Fairs touched. Brunn steps in. Excellent call, Benson with the dig. Fairs again, thrown back. Sambothy patrolling and gets the winner. And yeah, they want an overcall. They're not going to get it on the orange side.
The ball has to break the plane of the net. It looks like it did there for Sambothy. Just patrolling from right to left, this time getting the overpass again. That's an absolutely legal play.
So I'm going to give you a little perspective on that 500-point lead by Betania de la Cruz and how important this is for both Drews and Valentin-Anderson, who trail her by just over 500 points coming into tonight. As that ball is thrown and then popped up. Wow. Valentin-Anderson horizontal. That ball's on the back line.
Oh, they're going to challenge that. All right, drop me some knowledge, Kevin.
All right, so last week, we came into the week with Danny Drews leading. She had 961 points the weekend before to Betania's 500. So it was a 400-point swing there, a little more than 400, about 450 points. Last week, Betania de la Cruz 1,072 to Danny Drews 432.
Interesting swing.
Another big swing. We have seen those gold jerseys be horrible for both sides. Gold jersey being worn by Team de la Cruz this week. If it's a similar result to what we saw, but in reverse, Danny Drews or Valentin-Anderson could be the champion.
Could take over. And a fun fact, in each of the first 5 seasons among Athletes Unlimited 4 sports, the week 4 leader has never lost their lead in the final week of the season. Could this be the first time? Or will it be Betty de la Cruz?
We're going to answer it for you between now and Saturday evening.
So this ball was originally ruled out. Team Valentin-Anderson thinking that it was in. If it touches any part of that white line, there you go, it is in. I think that ball is in.
That is crack work by our crew here in Dallas. Excellent job by our entire camera crew, led by Yvonne. Good time, Eric and Andrew in there.
I might be undefeated tonight.
Yeah, I think they've had a successful challenge each time.
I was calling him.
Oh, you were calling yourself as undefeated?
Absolutely.
Oh.
I mean, I gotta take my wins where I can.
A little self-booyah from Heather Cox here this evening.
Seriously, it's like the one win I've had in 5 weeks. I've got to take it.
Bad pass there and an ace serve. Put some trees in the ground, Aaron Fairs. Good job. For every ace this year, 10 trees were put in the ground by Aspiration. Thanks to Aspiration for their support of both the Planet and Athletes Unlimited. More than 1,800 trees will be guaranteed by the end of the night. That is the second ace and third overall in this match. Glide platform from Stalzer, backslide, Fairs, perfectly positioned. That was Nazi blocking middle. Backslide, McCage a little low. I've loved watching Amanda Benson this year, and she again manufactures a point for her side.
Yeah, the liberos have been so strong all season long.
10-8, but tied in the overall, 54 apiece.
Benson keeping that ball alive, and Team Valentin-Anderson doing the most in transition lines this time. A little over-the-shoulder crossbody roll shot.
Speaking of making history, Heather, we could do it very easily in this set.
Are you wanting a golden set?
We could get a golden set as McCage for the second time is blocked deep into the court, uncoverable. So the lead coming in, Valentin-Anderson was up 46-44. That means if we get a 25-23 victory by Team Drews in this set, we would head to a golden set for the first time ever.
Get Kirch on line 1, he's been waiting.
Right back to Molly McCage, who's stuck on the right. Drews high, over, and down.
Boy, Danny Drews now quietly racking up a bunch of kills, 13 kills now, hitting 260 to lead her team.
Do you like that number?
I absolutely do. I think that is a great number for Danny. She's been relied on so much. She's taken 34 swings, has just 3 errors.
Yeah, a lot of tot from number 45.
Taking out the trash.
Over past Belden, a little too high. And Stalzer cleans it up the other way.
Boy,
Good
the
break.
outside's really starting to heat up for both teams. Stalzer now 9 kills, Valines 9, so we're seeing a lot more balance from both OHs. On the other side, 7 kills for Fairs, and like we mentioned, 13 for Drews.
Ball is short, inside. Oh, a nasty collision that time.
Boy.
Hopefully everyone's okay.
Boy, Sambothi and Shuh just really going for it, trying to keep the ball alive. Looks like Taylor may have gotten the hand involved too. Boy.
Yeah, fortunately it looked like their heads missed for the most part. And it's almost better that somebody wasn't standing or halfway down and you get undercut by the sliding defender.
Absolutely, that's when the knees get involved.
Yeah, glad everyone's
It's
okay.
like a chop block in football.
Outside, nice set. That dig is out of bounds. And we come to 12-11 here in the third set. Team Drews is going to need the win in this set, and they're going to need to win by more than 2 if they're going to take the overall. On the other hand, Team Valentin-Anderson would look for the comeback victory, having won sets 2 and 3. Stalzer with a nice touch off the hang. But the block goes for Sebelden.
Watch the lateral movement by Sebelden and the swing block. She brings her hands all the way around and up over the net with perfect timing to get that penetration.
Thank you to our official partner, Geico, for their support of Athletes Unlimited Volleyball. What a few weeks it has been inside Dallas, Fair Park Coliseum. The historic Fair Park, our home for the 2nd year. We will crown a new champion this year. Nice connection, Valentin-Anderson to Shuh.
Well, I think Eric Shuh is feeling A-okay after that collision. A beautiful approach, perfect timing with Valentin-Anderson.
Natalia Valentin-Anderson has been a defensive stud in this match. She is 3 away from 21.
Well, I think she's been a defensive stud all season. I mean, I think she should be considered for the Geico Defensive Player of the Year, even though that typically goes to Libero. Valentin-Anderson has been amazing defensively.
Ricano headhunting in the cross court. Yeah, 20 digs. We saw that with Morgan Hentz. 21 would be.
Yeah, Karstelo has the lead with 21. Karstelo at 21, and then Morgan Hentz the only one until now that has had 20.
Wilson into the antenna. Team Drews right back on top.
Valentin-Anderson now a back row setter, so you see her hiding there behind Stalzer, calling the offense. All 3 hitters have multiple offensive options for each rotation.
Fans, you have 2 days to join us at Fair Park Coliseum and watch the finale of AU Volleyball. You can do it in person. Tickets available, including courtside seats, auprosports.com/tickets. There are the fans filling in. We know a lot of you are in town right now.
A lot of juniors here playing in the Lone Star Classic. Good luck to all of you.
Yeah, come out and see the pros do it. Look at the next level. Well, the next level in this case. Wilson hard into the block. Fairs picks up the point. That was Sebelden next to her. In this case, every block has to be awarded because it's plus 12. So the statisticians will grade it, figure out who gets the award. Tough opportunity here. Nice scoop. How about that set?
That was beautiful set from Benson. So far, almost to the end line. And gets it right into the hitting window for Team Valentin-Anderson.
Man, that was a first contact from goodwill that Amanda Benson went and picked. Turned it into a classic.
This is a great scoring rotation for Valentin-Anderson. Show one of the top servers in the league.
Drews steps into set. That ball's in the net.
Another example of how much harder it is to be an offensive attacker when you're receiving serve. There's just a ton of responsibility. When you have to be in charge of 2 of the 3 touches, it's that much harder.
First set saw this exact score. It was a late Drews run for the victory. They'll need to repeat that.
Zebra. Bring all the positive vibes. Exhale all the bad. Let's make plays. Let's stop messing around. Let's go. I'm gonna wait a little bit.
Are you sure?
You can push it faster.
Yeah. It's just maybe I set you out of system more than
True. Yeah. Let's get our lucky shots. Here we go. There we go.
We are into the action with Guaranteed Rate and Lindsay Stalzer, who now spends her off seasons in Castle Rock, Colorado. 62-59, the lead for Valentin-Anderson as they try and close out the victory here. Our next match is getting ready. That is the team in gold, Dela Cruz. Ari Cruz there, getting ready with Damaris next to her, as well as Calais Mao as we pan back to Stadium Court. Everything inside Fair Park. One-time Formula One pit, sometimes stockyard, full-time volleyball venue over the last 5 weeks as that ball is missed.
And just a stone's throw away from the Cotton Bowl, home of the State Fair. I've had fried butter here, Kevin.
Fried butter.
I have done the Red River Rivalry here several times, been in that Cotton Bowl, and had a little fun at the fair.
Yeah, why bother complicating things with other food molecules attached? Just go straight butter and frying. Huge block by Fricano, that's timely. 17-16.
Incredible point scoring rotation. I love the duo of Fricano and McKay next to each other. This is 6'3" and 6'4" that you're trying to hit around. I mean, that is a wall, impenetrable when you get perfect timing like that. Fricano doing a great job lining up on the hitter's shoulder.
Taylor Bruns Tegenrud into serve. 3 points back in the overall Team Drews. In the orange jerseys. Off the net. The lines is blocked, and that is out of bounds. Back-to-back stuffs.
And how about that? Nikki Withers onto the court and immediately making an impact as a blocker on that right side.
A change in strategy, the full double sub happening this time.
And that's exactly what your role is, Nikki. When you're a sub, you wait for that opportunity. The minute your number is called, you make an impact. That's exactly what you dream about as being a sub.
Pac-12 and USC standout. So 2 players from USC subbing into the double sub.
Different USCs, I like that.
Yeah.
We got a South Carolina and a Southern California.
Both laying claim to it. Withers through the block and down. Welcome to the party, 42. Drews is up in the set.
And first it's a block, and here it's a kill from the right side, straight through the hands of Sanbothi. Way to make an impact, Nikki.
We have seen the double sub in many cases make a huge difference. Tonight is no different. 63-62 in the overall. Waning moments of set number 3. We're looking at the Geico defensive play of the match. Done a ton of defense in this one.
Incredible. It starts with the save by Danny Drews, but look at the hustle by setter Rice Santos going to the edge of regulation to keep this ball in play. The redirection, the quickness, and then keeping her eye on it, and then not only getting the touch, but keeping it in play. so that her team could get the point.
She was all over the place the remainder of that particular rally.
11 digs now for Rye, her team with 59 digs to keep them in it.
At the end of the season, we'll be awarding the Geico Defensive Player of the Year. Comes with a $5,000 bonus, and here are our finalists.
And I love
What you wanted.
We've got 3 liberos and a setter. I mean, these 4 have been just the defensive stalwarts all season long. I think the front runner, maybe Morgan Hens, but I like Natalia Valentin-Anderson as a dark horse, but you can't discount the role that Amanda Benson and Noma Vlezagusto have had all season long to help their teams get points.
Withers with a nice defensive play there. Reset, Bruns Tegenrud outside to Fairs. Is there enough room? Yes, there is. Another big long bump set. Pop up, that'll be dig number 20 for Valentin-Anderson, and it's block number 3 in recent memory for the women in orange. We are tied at 63.
And just like in the first set, Team Drews heating up what I like to call points in crunch time. When they really matter, this team is playing its best.
Double sub doing work. Bruns Tegenrud keeping the pressure on. Overhead, Wilson tip. Withers coverage. Nice out of the back row. Beautiful swing by Stalzer.
Stalzer scoring points front row, and here back row. Beautiful back row kill behind that 3-meter line. Finding the angles, going around the block.
McCage with not a lot of room to operate.
Yeah, Kevin, that's the second set we've seen to McCage that's low. I mean, they need to remember, Molly McCage is 6'3". She's got a huge window, a high reach, but you want to get that ball as high as you can to let her full reach show.
Remember, different connection here with Taylor Bruns Tegenrud in setting. Chisel, good. Or a tool, your choice. A chisel is a tool, but you could use many tools when attacking the block.
Great job seeing the hands. The ball's a little bit behind her, and she sees that Valaine's hands are fading outside of the court. Right there, that left hand doesn't turn in, allowing the chisel, the tool.
Another touch for the overall tie again. Still not there to McCage.
And that was a tough set. That was a very tight ball. Taylor Bruns doing everything she can to keep that ball in play. You wonder if they go back to the original double sub and bring Rye Santos back in. Here's this ball. So Taylor is back row. She cannot attack this, so she has to save it and keep it on her side of the net. It's just a tough play.
If you were with us just about an hour ago, you saw Team Drews go on a run from 20 in the first set and dominate. Came away with a victory, 25-21. Another mistake hitting. Do you unwind the double sub becomes the question.
I think you do. I think you need the leadership of Santos and what got you here. You can see her in the background on the bench just saying, settle down. Let's go, we got this.
Danny Drews is in charge of that decision. McCage overpass, Benson another dig. Right side, Sambothi with the swing off the block. Sign her up at opposite.
Boy, Sambothi has been money all match long. We've seen her make an impact on every area of the court. I love her game, I love her passion, I love her fire.
And there it is. You're going to unwind at least half of it here. Santos is going to come back in. So 2 hitters in the front row. McCage and Drews.
Watch Sambothi just thread the needle down the line right inside Danny Drews.
Set over, dug up by Benson, flying in. Another chance for the Orange offense. The line's back row, dug by Lishman. Coming down in transition, attacking, and Stalzer gets the win. 23-20.
And Team Drews is saying there was no touch. They think it might have been 4 contacts. They're going to talk about it. I think somebody said, you know what, I did get a touch, because Danny Drews wanted to challenge it, but instead, we'll call a timeout.
Well, 24 is the magic number for Team Valentin-Anderson. If they get one more point, they're going to close out the overall in those 60 team points. 23-20 in this set. Team Valentin-Anderson. They have the advantage, and you have the advantage of joining us here inside Fair Park. Kevin Barnett alongside Heather Cox once again for match 1 of 2. We've seen a lot of changes, but maybe waiting a little too long to make a change can make you pay.
Right, I do like the strategy that we've seen and the adjustments. They're not sticking with their starting 6. They're really utilizing their entire bench. And I think these two teams are so evenly matched. I like it. We've seen a little bit of a chess match, a little bit of give and take, and a whole lot of strategy so far.
All right, Heather, you've been on point with a couple of changes that have helped people win sets. What about right now for Team Drews? They have half the double sub unwound.
Right.
You have McCage in the front row, you have Drews in the front row. What do you do to try and deny this overall victory and the set victory for the other side?
Well, they've already done what I thought was the most important thing, and that was getting Rai Santos back on the court, not just for her beautiful setting ability, but her leadership ability. I mean, she's the reason that they're in this position, and I like getting her back on the court. The other thing you've got to do is get that ball control, get that passing in there so that Rai Santos can do what she does best, and that's set the middle. But she will set the middle even when she's pulled off the net. So don't just go to that top. Don't go high outside every time to Danny Drews. Try to get to the middle, go pin to pin.
Both Danny Drews and Natalia Valentin-Anderson trying to stay in the hunt with Betania de la Cruz, who is our leader coming into championship weekend and will be in our next match. Following our second match on Saturday, we invite you all to tune in to our closing ceremony. The show will take place immediately following our final match of the season. It's simple to find, AU Pro Sports YouTube or on Facebook. Find out live who will be the Geico Defensive Player of the Year, hear from the champions, see the Book of Unlimited, you see it inscribed, and so much more fun. A celebration of all that is Athletes Unlimited Volleyball and all that was in 2022.
Now, meanwhile, Kevin, if you're Team Valentin-Anderson right now, you have 2 points to get the match. So obviously it starts with a really tough serve, but then you've got to be really careful and not be too obvious where you're going to set the ball. We heard Molly McCage say that she was reading Valentin-Anderson, so they've got to be a little bit more deceptive and get that block up.
Looking for one more point here. Team Valentin-Anderson could close the overall right now. Valines, hybrid serve. Float toss, spin hit. Drews dug by Valines. Do you go again? Yes, you do. The captain. Dug by Benson. It took 3 times, but it's a winner.
Third time's a charm. How about Amanda Benson, though, keeping that rally alive with a little chicken wing, and Danny Drews just keep pounding. I love it that Danny didn't go to the tip either. Third time, a lot of hitters would have gone to the tip, but instead just hits harder and harder.
If they run off 4, we're going golden set. McCage.
Dare to dream.
There's 1. And 10 trees. Thanks to Aspiration support of Athletes Unlimited. Molly McCage. Molly, how about 3 more and then make history?
You got this.
23-22. Valentin-Anderson, third chance to close 60 points in their category. 60 for the overall victory. 40 for the set left on the table right now. Long, and that'll be plus 60. And now a set ball for Valentin-Anderson. This would give them 140 team points. Sambothi for the set.
Look for her to serve Drews.
Drews terminates. So they need 1 in order to get a little overtime here if you're Team Drews. It'll be the second chance for Valentin-Anderson to close it out. Bruns, Tegenroot checks out. Fricano back in the front row. Good opportunity here for Team Drews. Their captain in the front row. Service of Rai Santos. Stalzer puts it away. 25-23 is the final in this set, and it is 71-67 in the overall.
Boy, Lindsay Stalzer finishing with an exclamation point on that set. 13 kills on 46 swings and coming through clutch when her team needed her the most.
And you wanted some balance. Sambothi with 20 attempts, 24 attempts for Wilson, 31 for Valines. That balance not present in set one was for the rest of the match.
Yeah, just a beautiful adjustment by Team Valentin-Anderson and Lori Corbelli, knowing that they needed better distribution. And I also liked how their serving strategy changed after that first set loss.
On the Team Drews side, a completely new team, but the same result, 4 losses in a row for Danny Drews and company.
And right now, Danny Drews over talking to her facilitator, Dietrich Collins-Parker. Obviously some frustration after starting the set so strongly with that first set win. And just, you know, they've got 2 more nights to figure it out. And this is a good team. Team Drews team is a very well-constructed, well-drafted team. And I think they've figured out a few things that they can work on.
73 digs for the team in blue, Team Valentin-Anderson. 20 of those from the captain, 17 from Benson, and a whole bunch of hard-driven balls.
And that leads to some great transition, allowing their team to play well and allowing them to get the ball into the middle of the court. And Taylor Sambothi, 8 kills here, does a nice job blocking, just the hang time showing the athleticism. She got so many points tonight off of overpass kills, tight balls. And there she is, feeling the love, Taylor Sambothi.
Hey guys, how are we?
Not as good as you. You're feeling the flow, doing the bull dance, and finally you're in rhythm. It looks like it's been a little bit of a struggle a couple weeks in a row, but Natalia found you.
She did. She found me, and I mean that's just part of the deal in this league, man. You just gotta adapt and overcome.
And how much fun in that first set, those overpasses back to back. How much did that juice you up and motivate you for the rest of the set?
Totally one of my fave operations here in this game. I mean, it just all comes from a great serve. That's Erica Wilson doing her thing from the back line.
I'm kind of sad you didn't go sock puppet in either one. Bummer.
Yeah, me and Nat are going to work on that out-of-system ball. You know, I got to get my sock packet back in there. I'm sweating so bad, y'all. It's hot down here.
It's hot up here too, Taylor. Taylor, what'd you guys learn about your team that can help you the next 2 nights in championship week?
I mean, I think we all just have that mentality that, you know, it's the last week, so we want to be really into just giving everything we can, laying it all out there. And we really, really love this group we have going on. So I'm just going to keep building on that. And, you know, last week, best week, baby.
Have you found a new bestie this year?
Yeah, I got a few new besties. I got some old besties. You know, I really love this team. A lot of my besties are on this team. Me and Benny been kicking it. Look, we got my girl Ron Stone out there, my girl Kalei Mao. And then, you know, I just love this team, Kev. I'll be real honest with you. Just everything feels really natural.
Yeah, why is that? Can you point to one thing or 2 things?
You know, I think it's just having that understanding and that trust with each other. If you're willing to put it all out there and just say, you know, maybe we haven't played together that much, but I trust you and you can trust me. It's just a feeling thing. So we're all just trying to ride that out.
And what's it like, especially as a middle blocker, every week you have a new setter, and that chemistry and timing between a setter and a middle is crucial. How have you established it so quickly with Natalia Valentin-Anderson?
I think just having a big voice and constantly being up for her so she can trust me in transition. I want to make sure I'm a big presence and she can see me, and then just make her job easier by calling the ball and being up and being available.
Well, thank you, Taylor. Congratulations.
Good
victory.
Guys.
Come from behind, 71-67.
Thanks, guys. Have a great night.
All right, Taylor Sambothi is looking forward to tomorrow night as we look at our final stats.
Yeah, offensively, the difference there, 5 more kills, but I love the defense. I mean, all those digs that we saw from Valentin-Anderson and Benson to create some transition, and just the change in strategy after that first set loss was the difference in the match.
Yeah, they get outblocked, but not outworked in
Absolutely.
terms of their defensive aptitude, both at the net with Taylor Sambothi as well as in the back row. That is match number 1. Match number 2 is on the way. For Heather Cox, Key Michael, and our entire Athletes Unlimited crew, I'm Kevin Barnett. It was 71-67. But it's going to be a brand new reset in just a few minutes. Our second game of the night is right here on CBS Sports Network. Coming up next, it'll be Team Lickman taking on Team Dela Cruz. You don't want to miss it. Match 1 was fun. Match 2, only going to be better.